My name is Tori Cooper, and I'm a proud Black trans woman. I really don't remember where I was when I first heard about Pulse, but I do remember immediately after. I think it was the following Friday. I went to a club to listen to some house music, and I remember walking in and feeling naked and unsafe, and all the what ifs started running through my head. And I remember thinking, we're here to have a good time when there's so many folks who've been killed for doing the exact same thing. It was incredibly difficult, but like when falling off of a bike, you know that you have to. Because if you don't enjoy your life, if you don't allow yourself to feel, then you never allow yourself to heal. You have to face those fears. Otherwise, the opposition, they win. And we can't allow folks who don't like queer folks, who don't like trans people, who don't like gay people, who don't like allies. We cannot allow them to win. Our communities, plural, have had a bunch of different reactions to Pulse. Immediately, everything was about one Pulse. We were all united with Orlando, and we were so proud that we were standing with the residents of Orlando and the families of folks who had been killed and folks who had been shot. But then we forgot. Since 2017, there have been almost 40 mass shootings here in the United States. Sometimes people become numb. Sometimes they just forget about it. One of the things that I realized after Pulse is that in 1973, the Upstairs Lounge, there was a mass shooting. And it wasn't part of our history. It wasn't part of American history. It wasn't part of queer history. If it can happen to folks in a club having a good time, and so in queer communities, I'm part of an amazing group of folks who are memorializing and commemorating the 5th anniversary. But I know there are some folks who would choose to ignore that it ever happened because it brings up so many fears. And I understand that. But again, we can't let the opposition win. We've got to fight fear with freedom. Moving forward, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in our communities. I am so proud that there are folks all across the country and really across the world who are recognizing that Pulse happened and that there's still folks who, the opposition, I'll refer to them as, who will choose to demean and criticize and spew hatred, even to the point of killing folks who are just like me and many of you who are watching this. I'm so proud of the fact that we are all united once again behind Orlando and behind the victims of Pulse and their families, and united in our grief even 5 years later. But I also know there's still a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of work to do because for many of us, I'm over 50, and for many of us in the back of our heads, we're thinking, is this gonna be the time that someone comes in and shoots up this place? Is there gonna be a bomb threat when I'm twerking on a dance floor? It sounds funny, but it's the truth. And it's always in the back of some of our heads because it's real. So how do we prevent Pulse from happening again? One of the first things we have to do is really make sure that folks who are not queer, who are not trans, who are not non-binary, who are not gay, that they understand more about our community. Because then they can't say they don't understand. They have to feel kinship with us. They have to know that we're real people and regular people just like they are. And then there has to be a concerted effort to have sane, reasonable, and rational gun laws. Everybody who wants a gun should not own one.